think this is my ninth vlog. So basically, one of the things I was thinking about here on this whole idea of content creation and how to make an effective strategy for you was this idea of, what do you write about now? Or what do you create? Or what do you make that speaks to your customers, right? That gets them to buy, that gets the visibility that you're looking for in search results. And so, we talked about, just the overall idea of unique content. What is content? How do you make it? Um, you know, this is really gets down to what, right? So we spoke about personas, who, and so now that we know the who, I want to talk about the what. And I came up with this idea of that there's a purpose delivered with passion to people equals profit, right? So, probably one of the first things to really think about when you're creating content is why. Um, I know Simon Sinek is very popular about this whole starting with why thing, and I think I have to agree with that. What is the passion that drives you in your content? So coming down to why do you do what you do, right? What excites you about your work? And I know, like, sometimes some of you are doing things that are not very exciting, not very sexy, that maybe don't have the appeal. But if you can deliver it with passion to people, they often want to gather around the thing that you are excited about. People like exciting people. They like people who win. And so when you deliver something with a purpose and you deliver it with some passion, I think that people, it typically just resonates with them. Like, they want to get on board when you believe in what you are doing. Whatever product it is, whatever service, you do it. And I think that it would be a big success. So, what is it? What is the purpose behind it? Delivered to whom? We talked about the personas, and so you have a purpose. You're delivering to these people why they should buy, right? Why do you get up every morning and deal with the problems that other people don't want to deal with? That's kind of why you should deliver that to people. And I think once you can figure that out, it's a lot easier to sell, even yourself or your service, your product or your company. It's so much easier to sell. And then some ways to think about what it is that you create, right? Think about what are your strengths. Is it speaking? Is it writing? Is it presentations? Can you do some killer spreadsheets? Are you able to program? Sharing those things, those areas of expertise. And if you can't write, if you can't speak, hire someone else to write down what you've written. You dictate that content, and they create it. And so, some of those things also, okay, in some ways, you hear create unique content, but when it comes to doing plumbing, plumbing isn't a whole lot different from a different plumber, right? Or doing someone's roof isn't that much different, right? And so in some ways, yeah, the same, but make it yours. I think that's really what you got to think about when it's unique. The other thing to think about is we all are experts in our own ways, right? We all have our own strengths, each person, some obviously a lot better than others. But I think one of the challenges that most people have is that they get down to their very nitty gritty elements and they start nitpicking every piece. It's not as good as this. I think you got to take away a little bit of the self edit so that you can still create content, right? More do that documentation thing than necessarily the creation thing. This is what I do, right? So you take a plumber and you fit them underneath a sink, and here's how you change a sink. There's certainly the DIY people who that satisfies their interest, right? And then there's those people who see, oh my goodness, this guy knows what he's doing, but I sure don't want to crawl underneath that sink, right? And so that's how you can create content for both of those people by just doing one post. And then some ways to think about your content is what satisfies curiosity, right? So you think about the whole reality television or reality shows or the YouTube where we're following around people in their lives. When you think about that kind of delivery, right, where it satisfies something, you're doing this particular thing today or tomorrow, or this is what I eat, or this is what I do, or here's my routine. I think that people like kind of like get fascinated around those kind of things. You talk about, pimple porn. The whole idea of people popping zits. I don't know why people like it. Gross, right? But some people like that, right? There's curiosity and interest and whatever. Deliver information. There's some people just want to know, and so they dig in and they get fascinated and interested in information. And so providing that. Humor, obviously. Now, delivering this online is difficult. You kind of got it or you don't, or you stumble into it. And so I think jumping into humor is a really strong thing, especially if you have a gift for it. But that's not for everybody. And then storytelling. I think this is a real powerful one, even when it comes down to like your passion or your purpose, right? We have a natural, I think, instinct that when someone starts telling a story, we want to listen, right? We kind of lean in. Just as an example, if I started off with, a story long ago, or imagine for a moment that, and on goes the story, right? We often tend to kind of lean in and listen and kind of enjoy the journey along with the person who's telling the story. And so if you're able to deliver in these ways, that kind of evoke emotions, where crying or sympathy, empathy, happiness, humor, joy, laughter, right? They can get emotion behind it. When we hook with an emotional tie, then people, I think, also will follow along. And so, so that's some of those things that you think about. What's your purpose? Deliver it with passion to your key customers, your personas, your people, right? With that product or service. And I think that's what helps deliver a powerful sales. So something to mull over. Why do you do this? And do it well. And I think that you'll find that people will want to buy from you if you can show how passionate you are about it and why it matters and why it should matter to them. You're trying to spread that good news. And so go out there, spread some good news, drive some passion, deliver your why, and I think you'll be successful. So here's to you. It's Thursday. I hope you give me some feedback or have some other ideas on what to deliver. I didn't go so much into the actual like as a video but kind of more like from a strategic perspective. What kind of stuff are we giving to people and why? And it should be tied to those personas. So give it a thought and give me a shout out. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks. My name's Derek, and I'm helping businesses be more effective, efficient, and profitable. And so I hope you join me and share my journey in talking about marketing and learning. So thanks for watching.